Hello and welcome to Ikulu Weekly. President William Ruto undertook official visits to Spain and the United Kingdom. He began his tour in Sevilla, Spain, by holding bilateral talks with Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal on the sidelines of the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development. The two leaders reaffirmed their shared commitment to promoting regional and global stability through peacekeeping, mediation, and multilateral diplomacy, principles grounded in United Nations Charter and a rules-based international order. While in Sevilla, President Ruto also met with European Bank for Reconstruction and Development President Odile Renard Basso. Their discussion focused on strengthening collaboration in climate finance, promoting green investment, and organizing an investors' conference in Nairobi later this year. Additionally, President Ruto engaged in high-level bilateral talks with several leaders, including Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Armenian President Ivan Khachaturian, Polish President Andrzej Duda, and Germany's Federal Minister for Economic Cooperation and Development, Rim Albali Radovan. In a separate meeting with His Majesty King Philip VI of Spain, the two leaders discussed expanding trade relations and supporting regional peace initiatives. Continuing his diplomatic engagements, President Ruto held talks with French President Emmanuel Macron. The discussions underscored the strength of the Kenya-France partnership and their shared leadership in championing global financial reforms through the Pact for Prosperity, People and Planet, an initiative they co-chair. Following his engagements in Spain, President Ruto proceeded to the United Kingdom, where he was received at 10 Downing Street for talks with Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Together, they renewed the Kenya-UK strategic partnership, setting a solid foundation for deeper trade and investment ties. In London, President Ruto also participated in the Kenya Investment Forum, hosted by the Law Society on the sidelines of the Africa debate. He later toured King's Cross railway station, expressing Kenya's intention to adopt best practices from the UK's transportation system to advance the Nairobi Railway City project, an ambitious plan set to transform public transit in the capital. The head of state's itinerary included a visit to Paternoster Square, where he officiated the market opening ceremony at the London Stock Exchange, signaling the start of the day's trading. He also participated in the Africa Debate 2025, contributing to discussions on the continent's future. Several key agreements were signed during his visit, including Memoranda of Understanding with the University of Nottingham and King's College London to support the Kenya-UK Health Alliance and establish centers of health, education and research excellence in Kenya. An MOU with the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine to bolster local manufacturing through the Bright Initiative in collaboration with the Biovax Institute. President Ruto also held individual meetings with Commonwealth Secretary-General Shirley Bochwe and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, where they explored opportunities for partnership through the Tony Blair Institute. At a presidential diaspora town hall in London, President Ruto engaged with Kenyans living and working in the UK. He praised the Social Health Authority as a transformative healthcare initiative, now serving over 4.9 million people, far surpassing the reach of its predecessor, the NHIF. Concluding his official engagements, President Ruto held productive bilateral discussions with His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. The meeting focused on strengthening shared commitments to sustainable progress and mutual prosperity between Kenya and the United Kingdom. That's it on Ikulu Weekly. Join us next week for more.
Naambiwa ati hata kwa magazeti leo ati kuna mtu anasema ati mimi najenga kanisa hapa State House. Ni kweli mimi najenga kanisa hapa State House. Ninyi mnanielewa? Hapa State House mimi ni mtu naamini Mungu. Na I have no apologies to make. Kwa kujenga kanisa I have no apology. Mnanielewa? Nilikuta mimi sijaanzisha kanisa State House. Nilikuta kanisa ikiweko. Shida tu ilikuwa ya mabati. Sasa nimeamua nijenge kanisa inatoshana na State House. Na haitagharimu serikali ya Kenya peni moja. Nitajenga na pesa zangu, kwa sababu kanisa ya Mungu ni mahali ambapo panatoshana na heshima. Na hakuna mtu nitaomba msamaha kwa kujenga kanisa. Tutajenga kanisa ya Mungu. Shetani akasirike, afanye ile anataka. Ni mnanielewa?